Hey guys, this is YouTuber Elisiummagna, and I'm going to show you guys here today how to kill the Black Dragon. I promised you guys that I was going to have better resolution and a better adjusted screen, so I hope this is more efficient for you guys to watch. Now, let's go down to the logistics in terms of equipment. As you can see, I'm wearing some Dragon Keepsake armor, so this is not the real armor. I have it right here on the right side. I have practically full bandos in terms of everything. The weapons I have is the Drygores. You're going to need Drygores, especially if you want to kill QBD efficiently and make around 5 to 6 mil an hour. If you don't have Drygores, I recommend you get Chaotix. And if you don't have Chaotix, if you could at least afford one Drygore, at least use one Drygore and a Chaotic dual weapon. You do not want to use a two-handed. It's more efficient to do dual. You want to maximize your hits. Now, I do recommend, if it's your first time and you don't want to keep dying and try to figure out how the QBD works for you, the Ring of Life to teleport you out in the scenario which you're almost gonna die. I also recommend Vampirisms, the Aurora, like I mentioned in the first video, and also the Scrimshot of Vampirism. These two will stack up with Soul Split. I recommend, if you have Prayer, to get that high level Prayer. I don't have that high level Prayer, so I can manage well without it. So if I can do that, then you could do it with high level Prayer more efficiently than I can. Now, in terms of familiars, I usually bring a Bunyip with me, a Bunyip, because it's going to help me over time, and I don't have to worry about taking to get food or anything like that. So that's really good on this part. In terms for food, I usually bring with me 3 Ceradome Brew potions, and I bring 2 Super Restore. You definitely don't want to forget about these Super Anti-Fire. I always bring a Varag Teleport in the worst case scenario, and the rest of the inventory should be just food. You just being rock tails or anything like that. But like I tell people, look at your HP level. Depending on your HP level is the amount of food that you want to get. Now I have 99 HP, so K-Fish is going to heal me 2200, which is great. Now in terms for stats, you can do this with at least 85 plus. Melee is not the best way to kill QBD, but I enjoy killing it with melee, and it's really fast for me. I have 99 range, so I can range it as well. But I find it inefficient since I cannot get the Dragon Bane Bolt. So once I have that, then I'll show you guys how to range it. But yeah, 85 and the skills are going to be the most required for you guys. You're also going to need 60 summoning in order to access the layers. So don't even bother going to QBD if you don't have 60 summoning. Now, the way to get there is you're going to want to teleport to Port Sarim. Once you're there, the layer is going to be on the left side of the lodestone to Port Sarim. Now, once we start entering the layer, some people may not know that there's a shortcut to reaching QBD. When you enter the layer, there are 3 levels practically, and some people usually just walk it all the way to the 3rd, while you can just use your agility and use the shortcut on the left side of the entrance. It's going to be clearly on the left side, so you can't miss it. Okay, so once we're here, you want to go down. Usually the first time you should investigate and then slide down. Now that you're down here, QBD is going to be right here. As you can see on your map, it's going to be this little red arrow. Now, the last thing that I forgot to mention is herb. I don't have high level herb, so you usually overloads and all that good stuff. It's going to help you out even more. But like I said, if I can manage with this here that I have with no good prayer and no herblore, then you can definitely do it if you have high prayer and herblore. Now, before we get going into QBD, there's a couple things I want to say before I forget when I'm fighting QBD. It's the Dragon King artifacts. There's 4 of them around QBD, and also the Tormented Souls. Now, those are the 2 things I usually tell people to watch out for. The Tormented Souls, QBD is going to summon them every once in a while towards her 2nd or 3rd phase usually. And so the thing about those souls is that what they do is that sometimes they have the time freeze. So they do time freeze and they really maximize their hit on you with QBD. Sometimes if you get caught on time freeze and she does her fire breath, the extreme fire breath, you can literally die because you won't be able to move or do anything. So you always want to kill the Tormented Souls right away and first. I recommend the ability here, Flurry, to hit both QBD and the Tormented Souls while they're next to you, so you can get them both with 1 stone. I usually end up killing one right away with just that ability. With that being said, we're gonna start heading over here. Now, once you head over here, you wanna power up. You have around 5 to 10 seconds, I believe, of this AFK time here before she starts fighting you. So you want to pot up during this time, make sure you're ready. I usually use Protect for Mage because she's going to do more damage with me since I'm wearing Meele. And these right here are going to be the dragon artifacts. You need to activate them. The first one should be close here. So once you have the attack option, go. The first part should be really easy. It's more towards the end that it starts getting difficult for you to kill QBD. If you're running low on health, usually I knock out the Sarah's Bruise first. So I'm good on my K-Fish. Again, the Blood Tendrils is useful here, as well as the Ice Isolum. You want to do the Blood Tendrils with the Assault, since you maximize your hits even more here. So now I'm getting close to her first life. She should be done here shortly. As you can see, the first dragon artifact is going to be right behind you. You have to go quickly and activate it so she doesn't summon this giant worm. Once that's over with, then you're good to go. Now, usually I tell people on the third phase, this is the second phase, when the third phase, don't use the maximum, your ultimate abilities. Now, as you can see, she's summoned one of these Torture Souls now. Usually I get close to her. What I do is I want to use the Flurry. I usually like that I can knock both of them out. Hit QBD and hit this Tormented Demon. You want to get those over with as soon as possible, because if you don't, they will make your life really, really difficult and you can possibly die. In terms of the waves, I don't tend to avoid them. I really just want to maximize my hit here. As you can see now, she's on her second. And it's going to be on this side. You want to go and activate that as soon as possible. She's going to activate more of these little annoying things, the giant worms. And like I mentioned, use Protect from Mage, because if you're a Meele, she's going to do more damage with you with Mage. So like, just keep rolling with what you have in terms of ability. You want to maximize and get it over with as soon as possible. As soon as those things pop up, you want to get out of there and try to hit her up. Now she's in this part, she's had me really, really good here, but I was able to manage to get that over with. Like I said, you want to try to save the Flurry for those Tormented Demons, because those guys can really, really hurt, as you guys saw right now. I'm able to use the Assault, and hopefully with this ability, she's going to be able to get on her last stage. Now, usually you want to wait until the flames go out before you go, because you do not want to get hit constantly with that flame. Now in this phase, you really want to get as much as adrenaline as you can to maximize your hit here. So we're going to be really close here to the fight. She hasn't summoned any of the Torture Souls, so that's great on my end. Usually she'll summon a lot right now, like right now. And this is the most dangerous part here that we have. I was close here to low HP, but managed to bring my food back up. And this was a pretty even run. Usually at the end, sometimes she might not summon all of them, but yeah. Now I'm just going to see what we got, and I'm going to show you guys a different QBD video on how to range it once I get those Dragon Bane Bolts. With that being said, thank you for watching, and I'm just going to see what I got here today. So I got 30 Onyx Ball Tips, which is not bad actually. It should be pretty good. So okay, this was a really worth a run. Probably make around here like around 150k plus. So that's how much you make around here in QBD. It took quite a while since I was explaining to you guys and concentrated, but usually the runs will take you around 4 minutes, and you should average, if you have Drygos, around 6 mil plus an hour. Thank you for watching, guys. This is YouTuber. Enjoy.